Welcome to Talk is Not Cheap. My name is Barry Stinnett. Let's get this thing started. So I brought on my special guest, Jon Stinnett. Let's just give us a couple seconds and we'll bring him on. I just want you to know that it's a pleasure for you being here, and let's just get straight to it. So I hear that you have a show and it's called Big Stin News. Could you tell me about your show?
Yeah, it's a really good show. I actually do collaboration, and you're actually on it too here periodically when you get a chance, when you're not so busy. Basically, it's about with uh, we're talking about the coronavirus first thing, and when we do the show, and we're keeping up on it. And basically what it's all about is what the mainstream media is not letting us, or they're not telling us. And so we put it out there, and sometimes we put it out there before they do or any other alternative media. We actually have a team. It's based on maybe like 5 or 6 people, just depends on who's all available. And we basically we don't do any politics. We don't do any uh, stuff about like what's going to jeopardize, our life, because a lot of people usually love to have conflict with everybody on comments. So we just basically try to keep it clean and try to grow. That's what we're doing. If you guys are all out there and you want to subscribe to my channel, Big Stin News, I appreciate it. Thank you for asking that question, Barry. I think I
Thanks
answered.
for answering that. You did.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. So yeah, no, I've been in a couple of your videos and I've enjoyed being in them, and you guys are bringing out and some really good knowledge, and especially about the outbreak that's going on, the coronavirus. You guys are giving me some knowledge that I didn't know about. So being on that video or those videos, I'm actually learning some stuff too. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything else you'd like to share about your show, or?
Well, as you know, it is growing. I just want to let your viewers know that that's one thing. We're about 2 months in, and we're actually giving a lot more information and giving it out there. And matter of fact, some of it seems like predictions, and it's crazy. And that's kind of what's
Yeah.
scary about the whole situation, because we know ahead of everybody else out
hmm
there, and you've seen that yourself. Yeah.
I have.
Um,
Yeah, that's true.
yep.
Um, I think with you and Timothy, if I'm correct, you guys are putting on a good show. You guys are getting viewers. You guys are getting subscribers. You guys are getting an audience. And if you guys haven't seen this show yet, you guys really should. I'll leave a link at the bottom of this video. Actually, I have a clip to show you guys. Let me show you. Here you go.
I guess when it comes to the military, do you have anything on that one, Tim, where the military is prepping for the pandemic to hit here as hard as it is in China?
So they're making hazard units, which hazard units are people who go in and quarantine cities. The hazard unit is being...
If they haven't yet, please go and subscribe to Big Stin News. And also, John, I've brought you here for another reason. I believe I wanted to get your favorite 5 top wrestlers. So you're on, buddy. What's your favorite?
Well, I'm gonna go number 5 to 1, and I gotta say, a lot of people don't realize this, but when it comes to wrestling, it's who made it and who's there and who was there that made it what it is. And some people are trying to follow footsteps of some of the people that I have. And one of them is the first one is the 5th one, which is Ryback. He's as tough like Goldberg, and he really gets it done. but he is no longer at the moment. But I'm sure he will come back. I'm having a thought of that. He reminds me of Goldberg and that Stone Cold Steve Austin style. My fourth is Big Show. His evolution and his changes of, his changes of sense of humor from WCW to WWE has been amazing. He's really funny. He can be, and sometimes he could just be a
I
beast.
agree.
Uh,
Yeah, I agree with that.
my number third, yeah, and I do. I agree with that as well. So Goldberg, he is badass anywhere. And I mean it. He's badass anywhere he is, from wrestling to an automotive series. And I've watched a couple of his series that he's been in, and they're great. I don't know. Just he's good with cars as well as what he does for wrestling. My second one is Shawn Michaels. He made WWE where it is today, and it's true. You can't deny that.
No, he's Mr. WrestleMania. That guy. He's the Heartbreak Kid for a reason. So you're
Exactly.
correct on that one. Sure.
He was so full of energy. I mean, you can't. He just he was good, and if not one of the greatest. And I almost want to had him in number one, but anyway, least or last but not least, number one, and that number one is one heck of a son of a gun, and he will give you a stun. And he will. That's and that's truth with what he did for to our president back in the day. I never forget about that time. Anyway, that number one spot is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh yeah.
He created the Attitude Era and is one guy inside and outside of the ring that can tell you how it is, no matter who you are, and his character is his true self. You can't deny that. I mean, that's the truth. And there's a lot of great times that I've watched. When I watched Stone Cold, there was a lot of great times out there. And he's also helped with Vince with making wrestling what it is too, as well with Shawn Michaels. I'm sure they're pretty close friends outside of the ring.
Nothing like a beer bath, right, John?
Exactly. I'll never forget about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, John. I appreciate the top five there. Stone Cold be probably one of my number ones too. He's a badass. I admit that. I appreciate that. I just in the future, hopefully there will be some other people want to share their top five wrestlers. If you guys are ever interested in, commenting, on this video and you want to share your top five, please do. I'd be glad to either listen, bring you on the show. We can talk about it, anything. You guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed the show. John, thanks for being here. This was great.
My pleasure. It was really good to be here. Just you guys all remember to subscribe to my bro's channel here. Don't forget it.
It's not cheap. Is that
Exactly.
right?
Talk is not cheap. You gotta remember that. And if you don't subscribe, maybe I'll have to give you the jackhammer, or or the spear of death. And I'll tell you, if this had to been about football, I broke Troy Polamalu's leg in high school. So basically, it was not a thing that I did on purpose, but I just wanted to bring this in. This might help out a little bit, but when he was playing in high school, this is Oregon. He was from Winston, and anyway, my team. You think about wrestling, we were solid. We were really good. We should have been to state. We had a little downfalls here and there, but one thing is that that guy, Troy, he went from high school after a broken leg. 90-6 is what we beat him. You were there, Barry.
I do
Waterboy.
remember that. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. And that guy was
And
amazing too.
exactly.
I mean, that guy was. I mean, we all watched him in the NFL. I mean, he was just as good as he was in high school.
Yeah, and that spear that I was telling you, if you don't subscribe, I'm just teasing with you guys all, but I give you that spear. I'm just teasing. Yeah. Anyway, it's a good. Well, thank you for inviting me to the show, Barry. I
Yeah, thanks
appreciate
for
this.
being here,
It's
John.
fun.
Yeah, no, thanks for being here. You guys have a good night. Later. Guys, that was a great video. Thanks for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share this video. Also, please subscribe to Jon, Big Stin News. I hope you guys enjoyed watching his clip, and hopefully you guys will be watching. And you guys have a great night. Later.